Hi, this is Jules with Haverford Township Free Library, and welcome to Art Corner. Today we're going to be going over some basic expressions, particularly happiness and anger. So we're going to start out with a slideshow like last time, and then just kind of get into drawing and trying to use some of the tips we learned. All right, let's get going.
Okay, so for this video, I'll be talking about basic expressions, as I mentioned, focusing on happy and angry. And again, I'll be getting help from the Etherington brothers, and also I'll be taking a couple pages from Preston Blair's book. If you want to learn the principles of animation, including character design, Google Preston Blair, because his stuff is important to cartoonists and animators to this day. So here's an actual page from Preston Blair where he talks about how you can design a basic head shape using just like the shape of an egg. So I would recommend using the principles on this page when you practice expressions, because you can see all the different cartoons you can make with just like the egg-shaped head and then adding stuff to it. So here I just kind of outlined basic facial expressions. It seems like elementary information here right now, but we have sort of a contented happy up here, sad, and surprised, angry. But there are times that I have to stop when I'm drawing and actually reimagine what the feelings look like on the face. Like I'll get stuck and be like, why doesn't this character look sad enough? And I'll have to go back to thinking about what basic expressions look like in the most simple way possible, so I can be like, oh yeah, the key elements in this expression are this part of the face. And then I adjust the key elements of the face in the right way instead of confusing the image by obscuring the emotion, by adjusting the wrong thing. So, happy face has a mouth curved up, and if you think about it on a 3D face, you can make the face yourself. Don't be afraid to use a mirror or make the expression on your own face while drawing, because that helps, in all honesty. So on a 3D face, the curved up mouth will push the sides of the face up, the cheeks into the eyes. The eyebrows will go up, the eyes will be somewhat widened. In the sad face, the face becomes kind of pouchy. The ends of the mouth will curve down, as you see. The bottom lip can protrude. But the main thing with the sad face is actually kind of more the eyebrows. They'll curve up toward each other and toward the center of the face. So with angry, the eyebrows will feel like the main thing again. In this case, they're curved downward toward the nose, knitting the brow, and the mouth will turn downwards, but it will kind of often scrunch up toward the nose. So all the face will kind of be bunched up in the middle there often. If they're really mad, you can show gritted teeth. We'll talk more about with the happy and the angry a little bit later. So it's with surprise, everything kind of elongates and widens. The eyes widen, the eyebrows raise the highest they can get, and the mouth drops from the skull, stretching downward. Going over the Etherington brothers' wonderful tutorials, they note that happiness is all about opening up the face. Like with a very happy face, the mouth will move down, the eyes move up. You can see the whites of the eyes more around the pupil, as you see here. You could see more teeth potentially. The face opens up. You could just draw a smile, but it would be much more effective if you demonstrate how the smile can push the cheeks up into the eyes, like in the top left image here. And then we have over here kind of a more general content sort of smile, which you can see with like a closed mouth, and the cheeks don't push as high into the eyes. So here's just a few more tips about drawing smiles. I won't go into these as much at this time, but here's the information if you want to look at it. So, and then even more within the mouth, the eyebrows show what kind of happiness we're looking at. There's like a kind, gentle sort of happiness there, selfish happy, hopeful happy, surprised happy. So think about the basics of the mouth. When you're saying I'm going to draw someone happy, you think about the mouth, pushing the cheeks into the eyes to whatever extent. But then when you think about what kind of happiness that is that you're drawing, often it's the key part of that is the eyebrows. So drawing angry expressions, with happiness it seems like the key expression is the mouth. All expressions have that key feature that really drives home what the expression is. The Etherington brothers suggest that when you're trying to figure out what key expression, the key element of the expression, when you're trying to figure out what it is, you could make the face slowly in the mirror, and whatever part of your face moves first, that's probably the key element of the expression. So you don't have to draw these parts first, but just have them in mind when you start drawing. So over here you see for happiness is kind of the mouth. For anger, it's more the eyebrows, so followed by the top lip. So don't be afraid to use heavy lines when drawing anger. how angular and pointy the features are kind of show how intense the anger is. Notice in this picture the guy looks a little bit angry. His eyebrows are kind of curved down a little. But in this one he looks even angrier because his eyebrows are kind of curving down in a more angular way. To make someone look even angrier, allow the features of the face to be asymmetrical, so not really even. It suggests that they're getting out of control. They're not controlling their face as much because they're getting really angry. So notice over here the mouth goes up over here and down over there, and then the eyebrows are up over here, down over there. Same with over here. The eyebrows up over here, down over there. It's asymmetrical. It really makes the person seem very angry. So we'll try a couple expressions ourselves, keeping in mind the key elements that we talked about. But before that, here's like a Preston Blair image of Jerry the Mouse making a variety of different expressions. I think it's a really good chart. It's very expressive. I think it's useful. So if you're having trouble conveying one of the emotions that you see here that you're trying to draw, just consult this chart if you want, and just kind of use, this person's trying to show, aloofness, and then like the nose goes up in the air. That's a good way to express that. So we're going to try out what we learned. So feel free to draw along with me or just draw your own thing. So let's get going. Okay, so we're going to start with just kind of general contentment, kind of happiness. So I started with a little flattened sphere for the skull. Let's get the eyes and try to think about the form of the skull as the eyes wrap around it. So then we've got the snout and a little nose. I'm going to make raccoon just seem kind of, so the cheeks are being pushed up into the eyes just a little bit here. And the smile goes around the snout. Make adjustment on the eyes here. Alright, so we'll fix the top of the head. Think about the placement of the other ear on the side of the head, kind of. So, since we're doing just a kind of a general contentment sort of face, the eyebrows are up, the eyes are widened, but not too wide. And since it's a raccoon, we'll kind of put like a mask around. So we'll color in around the eyes. And when you're inking, that's going to be more like, if I were going to be using a pen today, I'd probably save all those coloring in parts for the pen. But I think today we'll just use some pencil for the shading. So here's just kind of general contentment. You see the key ingredients about like the cheeks pushing up into the eyes kind of being wide, the eyebrows being up. So now if you wanted to push that a little bit more and make an even happier face, so let's try that out. So we'll go do another flattened sphere. Think about the eyes on the bottom there of the sphere, and then the whole mouth part's underneath of it. So we'll get a little nose. So think about, keep in mind the key ingredients of this, so it's going to be really happy. So even wider, let's make that the pupils are kind of staring out a little bit more, like, so they'll be more surrounded by more the whites of the eyes. So we're going to make the mouth open, because that's usually when you show really happy characters, the mouth is open. The cheeks are all bunched up on the sides there. Think about, make a little adjustment to the mouth here. Okay, so we'll make the mask now. Color in some eyebrows. So here, the cheeks are kind of pushed up into the eyes even more. The eyes are wider. We have the mouth open. Draw the inside of the mouth a little bit, but you have to keep in mind, the snout and how that works. So yeah, this character seems a lot happier than over here. And then so when you're happy, the animal's ears are going to be perked up, probably. So let's work on an angry face for this guy now. So I'm going to do flattened skull here. Now, the first thing I'm doing is I'm thinking about the eyebrows. The cheeks are going to go out just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to, as I got the sketch in, I'll do it a little darker. So this character looks pretty cranky. You have some of the ears, make the ears flop down a little bit, kind of mad. But again, as we said before, if you want to push that even further, what are we going to do? What are we going to focus on? For anger, eyebrows. So we'll make the eyebrows go down even further. We're going to make the mouth, have the teeth gritted even more. So let's try that, if we can push that even further and see if we can make the expression even more intense. A really angry raccoon. What I'm doing right now is I feel like I'm letting the expression get away with the form, and so now I feel like I need to not let that happen. Got to remember the form of the face and not just let the expression take over. Gritted teeth. Really get those eyebrows. And the ears are definitely going to be down here. So for this, we see that we've knitted the brows even more over here than over there. The face is even more scrunched up into itself. We have kind of, the nose is getting scrunched up, the upper lip is going up, and the eyebrows are going down. A little bit of asymmetry because it's, the mouth is wider over here, and I'm kind of trying to do it like a brow higher up over there. So as you can see, I mean, this is kind of content, and this is very happy. This is cranky, this is livid. So on your own, do you think you could push these expressions even further? What ways do you think you could be able to do that? How can you make this animal seem even angrier or happier? Don't be afraid to just try to push it as far as you can, make the expression as clear as possible. When you're working with expressions, it can be a lot of fun just to see how intense you can make them.
Okay, so that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for joining me for Art Corner. And please let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular that you want me to cover in upcoming videos. So I'll see you next week. Bye!